Yes, good morning everyone. My name is Jobert. Most of you already know my name. I'm one of you. I'm one of the students in Filipino Academy. And we are here to discuss the geothermal power plant and power distribution plant. As discussed in our last lesson, we have to explain the operation, power distribution, and components of geothermal power plant. But all of us have given different tasks and different assignment to explain whatever we need to do. Okay, let's start. Okay, geothermal power plants are used in order to generate electricity by the use of geothermal energy, the Earth's internal thermal energy. And this belongs to underground, something like that. And the power distribution plant is a complex task, and the final stage in the delivery of electric power. It carries electricity from the transmission system to individual consumers for industrial, commercial, and residential. Customers are connected to the secondary distribution lines through service drop. Now it's the operation. Geothermal power plant operation. Deep earth drilling is conducted in order to reach a certain kilometers. Let's say it depends on the location of reservoir. Maybe 1 kilometer to 10 kilometers, something like that. Deep to gain water from deep earth well. Water is pumped under pressure down to injection line and is heated in the geothermal reservoir. The hot water returns to the surface under pressure and heats up a secondary warming fluid via heat exchanger, and the vapor from the fluid will create pressure to spin the turbine fan assembly connected to the shaft of generator to generate electricity or energy. Risk during operation. Of course, we are pumping water and it involves air. If we pump water under pressure, we will also get small amounts of these chemicals: CO2, H2S, H2, N2, CH4, and NH3. The most dangerous chemical there is the H2S, because the H2S can kill anyone within seconds. We have a training for this one because I work in oil and gas. If you are exposed in H2S, you will experience pain in your chest. You will vomit blood. After that, you will immediately die.
Kasi odorless yung itong
Yes, sir. It's odorless. It smells like H2S. Hydrogen sulfide is a chemical compound with the formula of H2S, and a colorless chalcogen hydride gas with the characteristic foul odor of rotten eggs. It's poisonous, corrosive, and flammable.
Kaya yung mga staff sa oil and gas, meron talaga yung H2S detector.
H2S clip, meron po kami ng mga H2S clip. Kahit nasa office ka lang, mandatory na consultant or mandatory na umattend ka ng training ng H2S. Kasi to be aware kung ano yung kung paano mo siya iiwasan. Kasi usually, halimbawa, ang air natin is galing dito sa kanan, pag ang takbo mo, pasalamat. Hindi ka pwedeng umayon kasi pag paayon ka, kahit saan ka pumunta, nandun pa din siya. Saka po yan, heavier than air. So, usually, makikita mo yan sa mga trench, cable trench, 1.2 meters deep. Doon mo yan makikita. Kaya po, bago kami mag-start ng cable pulling at saka cable laying or testing, kailangan meron pong H2S test. Require kami na mag-request sa ADNOC ng H2S test to ensure na wala kaming walang S2S dun sa. Okay po. I-continue, sir.
Sige.
Turbine-driven generator. This is made to be a power source for power plants operated by moving fluid or steam pressure to force the drive shaft to rotate in controlled speed movement to reach a specific RPM, like maybe 1500 to 3600 RPM. Yes. To produce a voltage that called mechanical energy. They call it kinetic, if I'm not mistaken, and converts the electrical energy to the process. They call it electromagnetic induction. Now let's go to electrical substation. The substation is a part of electrical generation, transmission, and distribution system. Substation transform voltage to high, from high to low or reverse, or perform any of several other important functions. The first substations were connected to only one power station where the generator was housed, and were subsidiaries of the power station. Substation generally have switching, protection, and control equipment, and one or more transformers. In a large substation, circuit breakers are used to interrupt any short circuits or overload current that may occur in the network. Smaller distribution stations may use recloser circuit breakers or fuses for protection of distribution circuits. Now we will go to power transformers. Step up. Power transformer step up is responsible for increasing the electricity to distribute in transmission line from primary substation. Step down is responsible for decreasing the load from power lines to convert 480 volts or higher to 240 volts or lower from secondary substation to be enough to use in commercial and industrial loads, including household appliances. Power transformer is a device that transfers electric energy from one alternating current circuit to one or more other circuits, either increasing, stepping down, or reducing, stepping up, or reducing, stepping down the voltage. Now let's go to the components. This operation will not work without the proper components to ensure everything will be constant. Am I right, sir? Constant, like the load is not going to change. It's like continuous flow without interruption or anything like that. I think constant means value is not changing or something like that. Like for example, we need 26,000 kVA to flow in transmission line. It should be the same. The reason why we have step up transformer because of those things, I believe. Now components. The main components of everything is heat exchanger. This is for geothermal power plants. Heat exchanger, water pump, IP67. IP67 is an insulation.
Ingress protection.
Yes, sir. Heat resistant pipes, HSC11, turbine generators, primary substation, consumer substation, control room, switching room, power transmission system, transformers, industrial circuit breakers, relays, IDMT, protection relay, inverse indefinite minimum time relay, bus bars, protection equipment, UPS, uninterrupted power supply, isolators, lightning arrestor, transmission lines, aluminum conductor, steel reinforced, mostly they use, and earthing switches, including towers. Of course, we need towers. Without towers, people will not carry that to distribute electricity. And protection equipments is a device that mitigates further damage in operation equipments or in control system, anti-pumping in circuit breaker, SFP circuit breaker, sulfur hexafluoride circuit, MCB, like we discussed before, sir, miniature circuit breaker, MCCB, molded case circuit breaker, MCCB. I think the MCB is used under inside control room because MCB is for small
Mga maliit yan eh.
yes sir, like this for small voltage. The MCCB I believe is for
The bigger one.
the bigger one. Anti-corrosion, of course we require this one because we are pumping water. If we pump water, corrosion will be included. Because we are pumping hot and cold water over there. And these are the risks. Cathodic protection and anode. Next step.
Ito.
Overview. Okay, set up a geothermal power plant and plan the power distribution. A source of water is necessary in a substation facility to install the synchronous turbine generator. Install fan assembly connected to the rotor shaft to produce mechanical energy, kinetic, and convert into electrical energy. In connection to this operation, a control room, control protection panels, UPS, blah blah blah, anti-pumping circuit breakers included to operate a power station to control and monitor general functions and maintain the power plant with less issues during actual operation. Step up and step down transformer is mandatory to be included in the list and to maintain the necessary power through transmission line to provide continuous power distribution to industrial, commercial, and residential facilities. Sir, pwede huminga. Okay, let's go to the final phase. Geothermal and transmission system diagram. As discussed earlier, this is what's happening really during the actual operation of geothermal power plants. Cold water is pumped under pressure down to the injection well and heated in the geothermal reservoir. This is production well. This is the heat exchanger. This is the ground level. This one should, as deep as we can, we need to reach this location. Maybe we will reach some tectonic plates or something like that before we reach this location, or maybe not. And these are the motor. This is the heat exchanger. This is the turbine assembly. Of course, this is not going directly to the transmission line. This one will go to this one. It will go to primary substation before going to step up transformer, transmission line, transmission customer, step down transformer, and transmission customer, 26 kV, 69 kV, and everything like that. Geothermal power plants are used in order to generate electricity by the use of geothermal energy, the Earth's internal thermal energy. They essentially work the same as a coal or nuclear power plant. Geothermal energy is the thermal energy in the Earth's crust, which originates from the formation of the planet and from radioactive decay of materials in currently uncertain but possibly roughly equal proportions.
Okay.
And steam of sir, may ano na. Sir, may ano po.
Ano nangyari?
Keep your memories.
Yeah. Ito po yung na-discuss natin nung una. Steam-operated turbine generator. Bumalik sir. Keep your memory safe. Tama.
Charging.
Sir, inline pa ba ako sa topic? Lumalayo na. Yun.
Saan ka na ba?
Ito po, sa schematic po. Tapos na ako dito. Sa thermal. Geothermal. Kung saan siya nagmumula. Naintindihan niyo ba, sir?
Oh?
Malinaw
Basahin
ba?
namin, sir.
The hot water heats.
Sige, sige. Tsaka ko na yan.
Sige po, meron naman po ako ano dito eh.
Oh.
tayo dyan. Punta na tayo dito sa kabila. Steam operated turbine generator spins from 1500 to 3000 RPM, 50 Hz per second, which is the standard, I believe, or 50 to 60 Hz. The power output is determined by the amount of steam driving the turbine, which depends mainly on the boiler. The voltage of that power is determined by the current in the rotating winding of the synchronous generator. Ayan po, the red substation, blue transmission lines, green distribution. This is the part of distribution. Black is customer. Ayan po. Ito po yung rotor. Ito yung pan assembly generator. End of presentation.